Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Monday. All right, guys. So I just want to say for anybody who is right now dealing with Hurricane Debbie, if you're on the East Coast, yeah, it's terrible. Uh, I was supposed to leave today to go down to Florida, and that's not happening. So I'm happy though that I get to at least do the live today. Well, we already did it after this video, but if you guys are in the path of Hurricane Debbie, then I'm sending you all the love and just make sure to stay safe and board up because the flooding is gonna be real. Now, with that, guys, we're back to talk about some Teresa Giudice. I know it's Giudice, relax. And then also this reboot and what Bravo's plans are for the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Let's get into it. Smash that like button, show some love. Let's go. So before we get into the plans for the reboot, I saw where this little number came out. Thank you to Reality Blurb. Teresa Giudice opened up about the legal drama that landed her in prison for 11 months on Kelly Ripa's podcast. This was, well, just last week. While also looking back on her suspicions about Joe Giudice's possible infidelity, admitting that trying to get Joe's citizenship in the US was so complicated, and revealing that her late father did not like the Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa said that she felt targeted by the government due to her reality television fame. Joe had a partner, and Joe's partner ratted me out, is what Teresa explained on the podcast episode. Oof. According to Teresa, Joe wanted to use her credit to purchase a property. And because he had done so, I guess, he's done so well in the past, she didn't hesitate to allow him to do that. I went to a lawyer's office. Listen, Joe always did really well. I didn't work the first 7 years of our marriage, and I bought whatever I wanted, when I wanted, went shopping every day. We lived well. I was not concerned. Then 10 years later, I get on New Jersey, and before I did the Housewives, I asked Joe, is everything good? Is there anything that I have to worry about? Now, although Joe assured her that everything was fine, apparently she later received a visit from the government. Joe and his partner had a falling out, so the government came knocking on our door and is like, your husband hasn't filed taxes. And his partner said I signed one of the homes, and his partner never did any time. He ratted me out, meaning he told the government Teresa signed a property. Teresa said, I never in a million years thought I would go away. I was like, I didn't do anything. I just signed one property. And even Joe said, they want you more than they want me. He saw that they wanted me because I was on TV. Oh, God. That would be terrifying. Now, while Joe wasn't always a favorite on New Jersey, Teresa applauded her ex-husband as a good father and insisted that he always treated her well. He just snapped on TV. That would be the infamous scene in Napa during which he called his wife his "see you next Tuesday" wife on a phone call. I definitely think he was talking to a girl, but if I would have saw that he was cheating on me, if I would have had proof, I would have totally left him. I don't like cheating. It's not my thing. Now, during their marriage, Teresa said that she tried to help Joe become a legal citizen. We could have did it. I did try for him once, but it was so complicated. It was too much paperwork and I couldn't figure it out. And we should have hired an attorney. We just didn't do that. And it was stupid on both of our parts. But when Teresa ultimately began her prison stint in 2015, Joe began drinking heavily out of guilt. He would cry every day. My kids would say, and then he would drink a bottle of wine at night. And Gia would find him. He would be asleep on the table drinking a bottle of wine because he was so upset that I was in prison. And the girl said how much pain he was in. And I know in my heart he didn't mean to hurt me. And I totally forgave him. But in addition to forgiving Joe for his legal missteps, Teresa has maintained a friendship with her former spouse, even spending New Year's Eve with him and his girlfriend and her husband, Louis Ruelas, in the Bahamas, where Joe now resides. He had his girlfriend there. We all hung out, and it was totally fine. We had a great time. But also on the podcast, Teresa said that her father didn't like the show and wouldn't tune in. My father never watched the show. My father didn't like the show because he knew Melissa and my brother came on the show behind my back. But my mom watched every episode, and I know she suffered inside. I couldn't even imagine. That actually makes me really sad. You know, nobody wants to feel like that. Nobody wants to be in that position. But she was in that position because, well, you're making money, you're working, you're putting food on the table, and Yeah, if somebody's going to give you an opportunity to make money, why wouldn't you? But I just hate for her that that is what her parents saw before they ended up passing. I think that's sad. Anyways, back to it. Okay, let's move on over to page 6, shall we? Real Housewives of New Jersey likely will not resume filming until 2025 as producers figure out the reboot plans. Well, Dina Manzo had some opinions on this, but Bravo is reportedly putting New Jersey on pause following the season 14 finale and the non-traditional reunion, which air consecutively over the next 2 Sundays, yesterday and this next Sunday. The show will allegedly go on hiatus. There are not going to be any decisions about what will or won't happen with the show until early next year. Filming will likely not resume until 2025. There's not going to be any more filming of New Jersey for the remainder of the year, and there's nothing planned. It's on ice. So the current cast, which includes Teresa Giudice, Jennifer Aiden, Dolores Catania, Melissa Gorga, Margaret Josephs, Danielle Cabral, Rachel Fuda, as well as the friends, Jackie Goldschneider and Jen Fessler. Jackie Judas Goldsnyder, no. That's what Margaret calls her. Is extremely divided and has been accused of instigating toxicity on social media. Viewership also hit a new series low this season, which was filmed between August and October of 2023, according to the Daily Mail. And while Andy Cohen recently said viewers may see all fresh faces on the show upon its eventual return, Daily Mail's insider said the cast for the new season is not going to be decided anytime soon. Casting is not something Bravo is rushing into. It's not even going to start to take form until next year. However, there are some cast members that are less likely to come back than others based on certain events that have unfolded this past season. But for 2 or 3 cast members, it could be over for good. A second source told the Daily Mail that Andy Cohen is not ruling out anything when it comes to the future of the series, which first premiered on Bravo in May of 2009. It can be a cast shakeup with only some cast members coming back. It can be rebooted, or Real Housewives of New Jersey can be canceled altogether. Nothing is off the table. Bravo has not put a timeline on when filming will resume because literally no one knows what's going to happen, and it's going to take time to figure out the next steps. Now, Melissa Gorga, yeah, and Joe, well, I guess they are not wavering on the fact that they don't ever plan on filming with Teresa. Page 6 last week said that she is excited for some type of change, whatever that may be, but she's definitely not filming with Teresa. Now, Dina Manzo also chimed into the conversation, and it was during an Instagram Q&A where she shared her thoughts on what she believes Bravo will do for future seasons of New Jersey. Lots of what do I think will happen to New Jersey? Well, I know for a fact what Bravo wants to do, but she also said, my guess is Bravo will keep 2 familiar faces and add 4 new ones. Now, the future of the Real Housewives of New Jersey franchise remains up in the air. But, yeah, nothing has been decided. You girls might have taken it a little too far, which means you better get in your CAR and get the out. Get the out. I actually hate that because I don't want to see anybody fired. But, like, they let this slip through the cracks of their fingers. Like, you guys had paychecks, money, like the fame, and you guys couldn't just pretend to get along? Was it worth that? Was it worth millions of dollars? I guess ask them. Pop off in the comment section, guys. If you're not subscribed over here to Up and Adam Channel 2, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, and we'll see you next time. Love you guys.